YouTube channel. I'm waiting for our host to join us and for our viewers. It's actually raining. Pray the weather is favorable to us. I'm trying to invite my host. So today we'll be talking about breaking the motherhood myth. Certain beliefs that they've made women and mothers carry in their head, that this is how things work, this is how motherhood works, and it ends up putting a lot of women in pressure.
Good
Hello,
morning.
good
Good morning.
morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. How was the night?
We thank God.
You look beautiful.
Thank you, my dear. Some days are like that. I'm already ready. If immediately this life is ending, I'm jumping out.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So,
before you joined, I was already explaining what we are doing today, in as much as, we have up to 6 viewers already. It was surprising because I was about saying that we just have one person viewing, but now we have up to 6 viewers.
we
So
have
I
up to
think we're
six
going to proceed so that we don't waste
time.
anybody's time. So, like I said earlier, today's topic is breaking the motherhood myth. This is what they've made a lot of women believe in our
Leave.
world today. Yeah, some cultural practices or beliefs that they've conditioned our mind to believe, and that is not the truth. So today we are going to be discussing these myths that they've made us believe, so that we will not put unnecessary pressures on ourselves. Okay, let us understand that, you see, this motherhood journey, it is not one size fits all, just like marriage. So in as much as you are the person that is going to determine how the journey is going to be, you need information. You need to be a learnable person. You need to gather information to understand that when these things starts to happen, you will not put pressure on yourself or start comparing yourself with another person. So the number one thing I'm going to talk, or probably before I even start, I will ask our viewers to start dropping whatever motherhood myth they've made them believe, whatever thing they've told you about motherhood that has really is in the comment section while we discuss, because it's going to be an interactive one. While I say mine, my colleague can say hers, and then we can also discuss yours from the comment section. My dear, you see,
I also
They
sorry,
are saying
I
be a
want to
man.
tell you, sorry, I want to tell you, said the myths are some of them are cultural, some of them were transferred to us. But I'm telling you, the myths we, me and you, the one we are creating now, is even more worse than the ones that were transferred to us. What, how did I say it?
Society.
Yeah, social media. You will come, hey, this is how it should be. As a mom, no, no, you don't do this, you don't do that. Especially these Gen Z moms now. Omo, I don't understand. So I say, let me just ship it in. So as you are treating um how it came about, you can also talk about that one while we continue with it.
Yes, yes. So you mentioned a nice point there. You see the societal. So one thing I'm going to tell mothers, as we used to say, a man is not a day's job. That's the same way to be a woman is not a day's job. It's not an easy
That's
task
very
at
true.
all. And I don't want people to start comparing who is a who is going through a lot compared to the other person. Please. Hana Hasina Heke already
Yes, so
of labor.
yeah, there
Everybody
is.
has everybody has their own contribution to make. But in as much as we have our contributions to make, I would like people to understand that
Mhm.
we are different, okay? And no human being is perfect. No human being is perfect. You need to understand this. If you want to do, you are the perfect mom, my dear, you kill yourself before your time. So you need to calm down. Okay, Oguta, thank you very much. Thank you for joining. God bless you. You need to, please, if you are with us, you can just say hi so that I can recognize you and
Wonderful.
thank you for joining. So as I was saying earlier, there is no perfect, nobody is perfect. We are all striving to be perfect. We are all striving to perfection. So I would like us to understand that motherhood is not an easy task. It is a lot of pressure. So you trying to be a perfect mom, you are adding more pressure, unnecessary pressures to yourself. Now, where are we going to start from? Let me start from the controversial one before we go down to others. Number one, gender. Women are responsible for the gender they give birth to. So now I'm speaking medically. Medically, that men are not, as in even medically, physically, spiritually, women are not responsible for the gender of the child they
Oh,
give birth to. Okay, now I'll just explain it on the surface because we are not having a health session, a health class, in as much as it's part of it. The has the X chromosome and the Y chromosome. The sex of a woman, the gender of a woman has the X chromosomes, two X chromosomes. So for you to identify a woman,
woman.
the double X will help you identify a woman. For you to identify a man, the X and
Excellent.
Y chromosome will help you identify a man. Now, for you to know, for you to have a baby, the woman will bring one of her chromosomes, the man will bring one of her chromosomes. So if the woman is bringing one, anyone she's bringing will definitely be X
Yes.
chromosome. So she only has X chromosomes to offer you. As a man, you are bringing X or Y. You understand? So depending on the one the man is bringing at that time, because when a man releases semen, inside that semen you have the sperm cells. These sperm cells has the X and Y
And the wife.
chromosomes. All of them are running individually. They are running the race of life. Go and meet the woman's X chromosome. So one thing you need to know about the nature of a man's sperm, the X and Y chromosomes. The Y is very fast but short-lived. You understand? You just know how people are.
Yoruba
Why the eggs, which is the one that we produce
woman.
female, are slow. They take their time. That's why if we are preparing for occasion, you see that the man will get ready very fast, but women, we used to take our time, do makeup, do this one and everything. So at the end of the day, that of the woman is very slow. It takes its time and it's going to last for longer days. I think that of men can stay, the Y chromosome can stay in the woman's body for like 3 days, and that of the stay for 5 days. So if the egg is not ready, if the woman has not ovulated, if the woman has not dropped her egg, it is going to be a problem, because if the male sperm goes there and it doesn't meet anything, the male chromosome will stay there for 3 days and die. If your egg doesn't drop, then the male sperm cells will
Will
die.
die.
Why that of the female, if they swim, they take their time, within 5 days they are still there, they will be waiting, and if the egg drops, you're going to be having a baby girl. So women, I don't want you to have that idea that you are responsible for the sex of your baby. This is why knowledge is very, very important. If you know that your husband, you need to, because some of these men, they don't know.
Network. Yeah, it's like our network is hanging. Oh, yeah, you need to educate your man if he doesn't know. But I think many men are aware now because we used to tell them it is what you give your woman that she will bring to you. Like you want a baby boy, it is what you give your woman that she will give birth to. So, coming to that side, it is for the woman to be able to know her ovulation time. If you're able to track your ovulation, that is when you will also help the man in choosing the sex of your baby. You're welcome. I think your network was bad. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was like telling them that yeah, you can actually educate your man, but for you to have, maybe if you are looking for a particular sex, it is only left for the woman to know her ovulation time so that she can help and monitor it very well for the, so that they will know when to meet and all that. That is the only thing the woman can contribute. But the in thing there is coming from the man.
Yes, exactly. Women about menstruation and ovulation so that they understand this thing, because in biology or different subjects and everything, it's difficult for people to track it. But me, I can even tell you that. Thank you for joining. So I very important for you to get a professional to help you track. We know the last time you saw your period and they are going to plan it, but the bone of contention here today is not how to get pregnant for this particular male. What we are
Yes.
talking about is for you to put pressure on yourself because you want to give birth to a particular gender. If that's what you want, I understand, but don't allow anybody, be it in-laws, be it your husband, put pressure for you that on you that they want a particular gender. They need to understand that the man is responsible for the sex of the baby. And there's one thing I want men to know, and people, because sometimes we'll be talking about the family of my husband's family are putting a lot of pressure on me to give
Mm.
them a male child. I understand that culturally in some tribes, from my tribe, Igbo land, they value the male
Your child.
child very well and everything. But times have changed. People need to understand that what a man can do, a woman can do better. You'll be talking about legacy, a male child that will keep your name. My dear, these days, male child, they keep name. You see a male that is turning to female. So if you are claiming you want male child, you better be specific and know when you are putting unnecessary pressure. Because if God has destined you to have three females and you're putting
Yes.
pressure on your wife, I must have a male child. At the end of the day, your wife gives you a male child, and the male child grows up and identifies as a
As
female.
a female.
But then what was now the essence? Will
No,
you be proud of that that result?
the difference there is that he is still a man. Don't worry. When he goes to work as a man, he will still do as a man. So let's leave that.
So,
Don't mind
so
them.
this is me saying when people come online and talk about the pressures their in-laws are putting on them to give birth to a male child, you see people come out to say now, wow, this one, that one, and everything. But now we even some people in the comment section that are complaining, you still see them. They are the ones pushing this narrative and all of that. This is me telling in-laws or people to let couples be. You see that pressure of telling couples, because automatically if you get married they're expecting a baby from you anytime soon.
Yeah.
If you stay 2 years 3 years, because in as much as some couples in Nigeria or in Africa, you are not free to say you are married but you don't want to have babies yet. They'll start looking at you with one kind of eyes. What is this one saying?
You
Is it
dare
that
not. You dare not try it. Huh.
so you are not
Even
even
when you agree with your partner, even when you have the agreement with your partner, the in-laws, everybody, they will be if okay, they will come out and discuss it. Oh, chi the bed or whatever the name might be. What is happening? No, we don't want baby now. That woman have been wish you. Is the wish you. She don't want to give birth. Oh, they will just turn it against the woman. So honestly, I will not even advise. Instead, keep your relationship, never marry.
main purpose of marriage
It's
is childbirth.
childbearing. Yeah.
But in as much as childbirth is one of the purpose or the fruits of marriage, the main thing is
It's
companionship.
companionship.
That's what people need to understand.
And they
So
are
if
lacking that because of that, their belief, their focus, that companionship side, they are lacking it. That is why you will see you almost if you hear stories about marriage on in Africa, hi Jesus, you will
my
wish to.
dear, I am hearing, I am seeing, and that's why we are having this life. But the annoying thing is that people don't get to see it. A lot of people, it doesn't get to a wider audience or range and everything. But we'll just do our own bit, because me, I believe if this thing can make a change in one person or two persons or three persons, I am satisfied. You
Exactly.
understand? So there's no way it's going to get to everybody and everything. But little by little, one person might hear it here, learn, and also educate another person. So we just need to understand that marriage is not the sole childbearing is not the sole purpose of
Of
marriage.
marriage.
Marriage is companionship first. And this gender, since you now know that you are not responsible for the sex of your baby, at least it's going to remove the weight, the pressure on you. What you just have to do is discuss with your partner. This is when I am ovulating. You calculate your cycle very well. This is when I'm ovulating, and the doctor said we should meet this time, and everything. And you people can have sex, and you can have, even if it doesn't work. You see some people that have this discussed in their family planning that they want to have this number of kids, and at the end of the day they end up giving birth to more than the numbers they wanted to give birth to, because of they are looking for a
For the
specific
particular
gender.
sex.
You get so me, this is me saying that don't put pressure on yourself while trying to get a particular gender, unless it's for your own purpose. Like me now, I would like to have a female child. I would like to have a girl child. And I'm saying if this is the number of kids I get to that number and I don't have, I'm not going to exceed my limits. That's me saying this is my own view and everything. If I finish and I don't have a girl, I will not exceed my limits. So this is something we need to understand. Unless it's you making that decision that you want to have a specific gender, and until you want to get your desired gender, fine. But my own is, don't put pressure on yourself because of your extended family and everything. It has to be between you and your partner. That's why it's very, very important before you get married to your partner. You people need to have some conversations about things. concerning family, childbearing, and everything, you need to hear the person you want to get married to speak. See their own perspective, see their own view of marriage, see their own view of the woman's contribution, see their own view of childbearing and gender. When the man starts talking, that's when you know who you are getting married to. And if you know that you and this person, you are not compatible, that you have different view on a particular subject matter with this person, my dear, run. No, because it's going to bring conflict into your marriage. It's very, very important for this your the person you are getting married to agree with you or have the same vision when it comes specific or sensitive topics in marriage and family. Please make sure you people are on the same page so that you don't start crying had I known. Please, I would like to hear your own opinion, Vivian.
Yeah, going forward, you like we women try we should also try not to keep blaming ourselves. Maybe you've given birth to three, you want to give birth to four, and as time goes on, it's not mixed, as in your kids are not mixed already. You're having one particular gender and you are putting that pressure on yourself. No, don't blame yourself that this is coming from me, not from the aspect of like the what you have discussed already. Like some people will come out and be like, it's because I am not good at this, it's because I am not this, because, or maybe you have a child, and with time, kids, you can't predict this childbearing, taking care of your kids. I just believe is God, because you can't just say that this is the way I want this baby. You might give birth to a large baby, and with time, the baby has to come down. But some people don't understand it. They will see it that, no, it's because I'm not doing enough, it's because I'm not there always, it's because I'm dropping this baby here, it's because of this, I don't have money to do this. Or when you come outside, maybe you go to a birthday party and you see other kids, you start to compare yourself. No, everybody is not the same. I'm telling you, some of those kids you see, they dress like that. So I'm not saying all. I'm just using this as an example. Some of their parents, those kid things they kids them on might be on credit. They have not paid for it. I have a friend like that. That if they want to go out, she will go to the, as in, borrow money to go and kit her kids. That is not that, as in, she believe that it's not because that she doesn't have money that her kids should come outside and be looking tattered. But that's not the aim. You are going for a birthday party to be happy, to marry with the person celebrating, to stay with the celebrants. You're not coming there to do competition. Okay, after getting those things on credit, you will pay now. The birthday party will come and go. Do you get? So when you get to such place, don't start comparing yourself. You don't know what they are been through. You don't know what they are going through. You don't know what they are seeing. You don't know what they are doing. We all are different. Our time are different. So don't keep blaming yourself. If I had done this, I had did this, it would have been like this or the other way. Mm-mm. That is not what motherhood is. So people tend to create this picture of, I will say, a sense, because I know that picture doesn't exist. As a mother, you have to be everything. You be the mother, be the doctor, be the nurse, the teacher, everything in the home. And when the man comes home, you still worship him. Hey, my Lord. I'm not saying you should not respect your husband, but you should be able to understand where I'm going to. You don't overwhelm yourself, as in you are a human being. That picture they are creating for you is not real. It is not real. Yes, you get tired. You do work. When you will do one or two things, you get tired. You go and rest. Don't overstress yourself. Don't come and you want to please everybody. You have to finish everything before you go to bed. Nne, any day you no go even had the man 2 minutes now, you don't move front. So please, let us also take care of ourselves. It's going to, as in, it's going to help us physically, spiritually, and otherwise. Because when you keep doing all these things, sometimes what we do now doesn't even affect us now, as in now. It might affect us later. Some affects us in old age, while some comes back during the childbirth. That is why some will have postpartum depression. You know, we will see somebody, you don't know, maybe what's because of what she has been thinking what will not even add anything to your life. You just be stressing your brain. That's postpartum depression. I think, I believe, I understand that it is the worries, the things you have already recorded in your mind, as in that maybe you are not able to achieve. you your brain will start glitching. You know, as network they glitch. So that is just the thing. So don't pack too much thing on your brain that you want to satisfy everybody. Be yourself. Be who you are. The you that God created. God has a reason for creating you, for making you who you are. Don't try to copy the other person. That is when you put yourself in so much pressure, and that is what will make you to, sometimes you feel like you have not achieved anything, you are not fulfilled, and you start feeling depressed. So let's try
You
and
know,
work on yourself.
Vivian, you just summarized the whole thing we are talking about, and I give it to you. You understand? Because I actually divided it into sections and everything, and you've just given us a summary of everything. Joyful Crochet, thank you for tuning in. She said, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Yeah, that's one thing I tell people. You can't give what you don't have.
Exactly.
So just like these things you talked about now, it's under the section of running a home. Healthy babies. But people have a misconception about what who healthy babies are. I wrote a book because I do get questions whenever I go out. What are you feeding your baby? What are you feeding your baby and everything? Because my babies, they are usually big and everything. Not from birth, but after breastfeeding them. I used to do exclusive breastfeeding for 3 months, and then I introduced formula to them. So at some point, I introduced pap that I prepared by myself, and I taught mothers different recipes, and I wrote a book concerning this whole pregnancy and motherhood journey. You get? So women, they admire healthy babies, but they used to get a lot of misconception about a healthy baby. And I always say it: a healthy baby is one that is meeting their milestone at every point in time. They are within their weight range for their age. Some people, in the quest of having a big baby or trying, I don't know, some people used to create imaginary competition with other mothers. Probably if they are living in a compound and everything, they feel if your baby is not sizable or very big or
Yeah.
heavy like that, they are not taking care of their baby is not doing well. Lie. You can still see some babies that will be weighing very high, but if you look at them, they look slim. But when you carry them or you weigh them, you know that they have weight. While some babies can even be overweight, and that is danger. Medically, it's danger. Obese babies, there was a time that I noticed that my baby is adding weight beyond his weight timeline. I had to reduce his portioning. I had to start portioning his food, the number of times he eats. One thing I want mothers to understand is everybody expects you to know it all. Everybody expects that mother instinct to kick in for you to know how it's done and everything. But my dear, being a mother comes with its own. You need to learn, you need to read. If you don't like to read, my dear, you need to learn. No, you can't know it all. You make mistakes in your mind. You are not a bad mother. You're trying to make your baby. It's just like a mom that has a baby that is constipated, and you see your baby in pain, your baby is crying, probably your baby is hungry, but the baby has not food for 3 days, and you need to give your baby food, and your baby is restless, and you are just looking for anything that will just relieve your baby of the pain. This is why they don't allow some doctors treat their family. You see, they don't allow some doctors probably help their wife deliver or something like that, because you cannot, because of emotions, you can't
Yeah.
stand to see your loved one in pains and everything
In
before you go
pain.
and give your wife overdose just to relieve the person of that pain, and ignoring the dangers involved. So mothers, I understand that sometimes you might want mistake, and at the end of the day you regret. So if people are telling you, as a mother, you need to from know the sources you are learning from, because a lot of resources are out there. You see somebody will tell you, if your baby is having, buy abo and give to your baby. They mean well for you, but my dear, That abo is dangerous. Their system cannot handle it. Their liver cannot handle it. Back in the days, because of medicine is not they is not advanced then, they tend to our mothers tend to use herbs available to them to do whatever they want to do. But this time, we are seek professional advice or professional help. Don't just go because this person say, I gave it to my baby, nothing happened. You see, sometimes like this aproko doctor will come online, educate mothers. Don't do this, don't do this. This person will say, I did this for happen. I gave it to my baby, nothing happened. The fact that it did not happen, it doesn't mean it did not cause damage. It might not be evident. Or you know that thing that you used to say, you see somebody, probably a prostitute, going around sleeping with men and everything, making their money, and a lady that has been decent probably needs money and is in the friend will tell this. We are seeing it in Nigerian movies, but it happens real life. You see friend, they'll tell you, you can do this, I'm doing this, how I get my money. My dear, the day you will try it, you will be as if say God no like you. The day you try it, God forbid, the person might get just go and put your head there, and then you get undesirable results that you did not ask for. So it is very, very important for you to learn, make research, but don't grab anything that everybody tells you. If people tell you do this, do that, and everything, please verify, because bringing a life to this world is a whole lot. So running a home, don't allow anybody to put pressure on you. That I watched a video of a woman that was trying to make a caricature of what the Gen Z mothers are doing online, just like you said, how they are making it look like ready to me. A day in my life as a mom of two,
Yeah.
a day in my life as a mom of three, and everything. You see, the woman wake up, face all glammed up. So the woman, what she did was she said, "Oh, I just woke up." She was just trying to explain that it is not possible. The woman
Mm.
woke up, she bathed, wore clothes, did her makeup, and then she told her children, want us to be doing, but it's unrealistic. My dear, if I remove my wig, you see my cornrows. If I remove my wig, you see my cornrows. I've carried it for 3 weeks. In as much as if I want to talk about health or how to keep yourself or care for yourself as a mother, I will tell you, make your hair daily to look good. Plait your hair every two weeks and everything. But me saying it doesn't mean I do it all the time. Sometimes you will not be able to keep up. So this whole idea of being a perfect mom, trying to please one or two people, it is not possible. Please, I want you to know this and have your peace. You need to marry a partner that understands. Because if you get married to a man that will put pressure on you, my dear, you will leave this world before your time. Moving to the next one, you see this whole pregnancy, for people to try to put that, I humbled pregnancy, I did not humble pregnancy. My dear, people that will have big nose posted what happened to her pregnancy. And you see people saying, it's not pregnancy that did it, color. You see people we say abroad, it's only African women that pregnancy used to be so. Abroad, you hardly see women change like this or like that. My dear, we have different genes. We have different systems. We have different environments. So you don't question word. And in the second pregnancy, my dear, carry it as your evidence, because it's not easy. It is not easy. So for you to try and do, perfect pregnancy, you want to dress, you want to impress, you not be wearing uncomfortable clothes because you want to claim that you humbled the
Pregnancy.
pregnancy, or you be carrying out some unnecessary tasks. The doctor is asking you to rest, but because of your husband is saying, I know when I was growing up, I know a woman that was pregnant then, or my mother was pregnant and she did not have any help. She did this by herself. She ran the house. She was pregnant for 3 pregnancies. She gave us 1 year gap. My dear, remind them that you are not that their neighbor, you are not their friend's wife, you are not their mothers, you are not your own mother. My dear, that's one thing you know. Everybody is different. If your body tell you say lie down and sleep, listen to your body, because at the end of the day, if anything happens to you, I mentioned it in our other life, because you talked about us having a separate life for postpartum depression and everything. I saw where a story of a woman that just gave birth, and you already know after giving birth, if it's vaginally, it's advised after 6 weeks before you have sex if you want to get intimate with your partner, and if surgery, I think for up to 3 months or 6 months before having sex, if you give birth through CS. So this woman gave birth. I don't know the route she gave birth, and she talked about how she was rushed to the hospital. 6 days, I'll be 5 days after giving birth, her husband is already asking for sex, and he's threatening her that he's going to cheat. That if that he has been patient all this while, and if she doesn't come for them to have sex, that he's going to have sex with someone else. Who are you doing harm to? You are doing harm to yourself, not me. For me, you are doing harm to yourself, not me. If I were that woman, I will allow him. If you cannot wait for me to heal, if you cannot if you cannot wait for me to heal physically, emotionally, mentally, why I will tell women, know the person you are getting married to. If your husband will not have that sympathy that you just brought a live human being, a life, somebody to life, your partner cannot understand this and even support you and even help you heal faster, my dear, you enter the wrong place. So
You
this
see,
woman, after much pressure, okay, you can go ahead and say what you want to say.
I say, you see this thing called marriage, childbearing, motherhood. Anytime you want to discuss about it, one, they interwoven with each other. This how can a man, if you marry a woman, if you marry your partner because you want a companionship, you want somebody that will be with you, that will move this life with you, and not for that baby, not for procreation. How are you telling me that you will not feel the pain of that woman? Because if you are feeling her pain, that's your thing wey stand up go come down. If you're feeling her pain, yes, you will know what she is passing through. Many women, keep saying it, and that is why I keep talking to women. I like talking to women, but sometimes we don't hear. They don't hear. As in, take yourself first, love yourself first. We are saying, marry this person, but unfortunately, marriage is just like a package. Whatever you receive, you take. There is no way. It's just God. I strongly believe that it's just God that will give you a perfect or good somebody, not even perfect, somebody that will understand you.
Vivian,
Mhm. No,
Vivian,
you know why I
see,
say God? Calm down. Because sometimes, even if you date, to some extent, you know the person. People change. People change. There are certain things that can make
Vivian,
somebody change.
see,
So
God has given us
wait, Nne, wait, wait, wait. Calm down. There are certain things that happen in this life. Life experience will make you understand what I'm saying. You got married. You have the environment to choose. You how will I put it? You are relaxed when you came out from school. You continue with your life. There are people that their home are not even conducive for them to stay. Not Some of them are orphans. Some of them are because of what life has thrown to them. So when they meet somebody, they might not really have the patience to study. Wetin they study now? You go school. I want to go back to university. You know, For the maybe 6 months you cut with the person, 1 year you cut with the person, you might not really know the person very well. For you to say no, this person will not change. Some people change. Why some people, I'm telling you, some men they too they hide their character in order to get you. So I strongly believe
I agree with you.
on my own side, I know you can do your best, but I strongly believe that God crowns it all. It is God that crowns it all. That I want a perfect human being. I want somebody that you have not seen all this comedy in the Facebook or wherever, where they will say the husband I thought I would get versus what I got. When you are growing up, you have something in mind. This is how I want my life to be. Oh. This is what I want to. That is what I want to. But unfortunately, when you get married, and let me tell you, these changes, these things that come, they don't just come consciously, or they don't just come to you, bam, that I want to change your life. No, they come gradually, gradually. They creep in gradually. That you sometimes you'll be wondering, no, now this is not what this person meant. You just get confused. Before you know what is happening, it has taken that shape. So I am telling women, love yourself first. Whether the man love you, he no love you. You first. If you anything happens to you now, I keep saying it, the next minute the man don move, at your burial but e no go be our portion. The side chick don dey there. They don already arrange everything. So don't come and die for anybody. Even if you buy for anybody, your story, they will even blame you. Keep the blames upon you. So take care of yourself. If he cannot wait, fine and good. Don't fight him. Don't argue him. Let him go. But let the man knows that the more you are telling that woman that you are not waiting, you are hurting her the more. Do you want her to heal? Healing is not just physical. Healing is just not just medical. Do you want her to heal emotionally? Because all these things, it's not easy to go through that path to bring a life to this world. And the thank you that the person is getting is I cannot wait. You cannot wait for what? What can't you wait for? So let us always put ourselves first, then allow the man to come in, or allow anything that comes to come. Then we will also know how to take it off from there. If the man says he's not waiting, let him go outside and take care of himself. Yes, and this brings me to telling you women, I always like saying it. Make sure you have something you are doing. Make sure, I will say it, be your Odogwo, but allow me to be my Achalugo. That is me. Because it's not any nonsense I can take from anybody. I know the ones I can take. To the some extent, I can be patient, but not when it's my life is at risk. Not when it's affecting my life. Because you cannot tell me that you got somebody that if you're able to take your care of yourself, if the man wants to go and marry, let him go and marry. Now, men never finish after all. You also go your way. When you leave the marriage, you can still remarry if you want. For me, I said it, even if anything happens, I leave my marriage, I'm not going to remarry. Remarry for waiting.